Hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to my channel Running with Scissors. In today's video, I'm going to talk about this dress I made a little over 2 years ago, and I do not like it at all. What am I going to do about it? Stay tuned. Okay, it doesn't look bad on Lucy. It's a wrap dress, and it doesn't look that bad on the mannequin, but I don't remember the name of the fabric. I'll put a closer up of the fabric. It's pretty fabric, but I think it was the wrong fabric for a wrap dress. It's also too big for me. I'm going to try it on for you and tell you some things I thought about doing for it or to fix it, and it just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to work right for me. It is a pretty dress. Let me show you the pattern that it was from. It's from Miss Butterick 6670, and it's that View B down there in the corner right there. She looks very cute in it. It almost looks like the same dress. And then you'll see this lady here, she's wearing the same thing, but she just kind of wears it as a cover-up. And I would never wear anything like that. That is just not me at all. I wouldn't wear that. But she looks cute in it. And like I said, it almost looks like the same dress. But when I try it on, I don't like it. I wore it one time. I wore it at church. I constantly kept doing this because it was coming, it was gaping. And then when I sat down, then of course it was coming. And I had coming apart. And so I've got some ideas of how to fix it. But I'm thinking, since I don't really like it, I may do something different with it. Let's just talk about it. Let me try it on for you. Okay, I put this on over a pair of leggings and a t-shirt. Didn't want you to see my underwear. So, you can see it's too big. I made it too big. I think that's one of the issues. The other is I think the fabric is not flowy enough. It doesn't have enough drape, and it just hangs. It's too big. And my ideas were, number one, maybe to put a button or a snap or something up here to keep it from gaping, okay? And then when I sit down, see that just, it opens up when I sit down. I thought about maybe elastic in the waist and would pull it a little tighter. But no matter what I think about it, I just don't like it. I don't like it. The sleeves go down, and I just don't know. Even if I did this and maybe tried to sew it here so it was not, didn't open, you know, it wasn't actually a wrap skirt. But I think what it is, it comes down to I just don't care for it. Even if I try and close it more, then it messes with that lapel. So I don't know. I just and I don't think I would wear it just like that lady was wearing it, like this lady here was wearing it. She's wearing it over a pair of pants and a top. That's not something I think I would do. I don't know. Here's the fabric a little closer, and it's very pretty fabric. I like the fabric, but I think the dress just isn't for me. So my next idea was I want to save the fabric. I want to see if I can find something else I can make with it. Look at my patterns, and maybe I can find something. There's plenty of fabric in the skirt. I mean, it does have a seam here, but I think I might be able to make maybe a top with it. I don't know, something else. But the dress as it is, even if I tried to fix the gaping and the coming apart issues, I just don't think I like it. So, you know how it is. You try something on or you make something and you don't like it, and somebody else says, "Oh, I think it looks fine. I think you look good in it." But if you don't think you look good in it, if you don't like it, you're not going to wear it. It's been in my closet. I actually had it on my mannequin, Lucy, for a time, just leaving it in my sewing room so I'd look at it and remind me that I need to do something with it. But I really think that's what I'm going to do. I think it just, it doesn't suit me, I don't think. So I'm going to look through my pattern, see if I can find something that I can use this fabric for. And I'll be back. Well, I'm back, and the dress is finished. I actually did less to it than I thought I was going to. My initial thought was to find a pattern and maybe, you know, disassemble the dress and put pattern pieces on it and cut out a different dress. But I went with the easiest and probably the best option, and that was I just cut the skirt off the bodice. Because remember, what I didn't like was I didn't like the way it opened. So I cut the skirt off, and I'll show you a picture of what the skirt looks like afterwards. What I did, you know, the front was open, so what I did was I cut off the plaque, the facings. And that's really all I lost from the skirt was the facings that were all on the inside of the opening of the skirt. Cut those off, and that's it. The rest of it I used. So then I sewed up the seam, a seam in the front of the skirt, and when I put it back on the bodice, I flipped it so the seam is in the back and the full piece is on the front. So I did that. And I'll show you the dress here in a minute. And then I didn't really do anything different with the top. I liked the lapels. I thought it was really pretty. So I just put the skirt back onto the bodice. And now I just have a complete skirt, no split. And also, what's interesting is I thought I would have to put some type of a button or snap, or because I thought it would come open. But once I put that skirt back on and it was only, you know, open at the top, it didn't gape. I actually kind of bent over, and I don't think it's going to gape at all. I think the gaping had to do with it, the whole thing being open. All I know is I don't think I'm going to have to put a button on it. So let me show you the dress, and then of course I will try it on for you in a minute. So here it is from the top, the bodice. It looks the same, right? And then I just put the skirt back on. See, that was the front of the skirt. So now there is a seam down the back. That's where the front of the skirt was. And then just flip it around so the full part is now on the front. I didn't have to change the hem. I used the hem that was already on the skirt. So no hemming needed to be done. That was great. Sleeves, everything. So really all I did was cut off the skirt, sew it together in the front, flip it around, and put it back on. I did think it needed a belt, so I did do some thread belt loops on both sides. There's the thread belt loops. And I did have a belt in my closet I thought would work. I thought it just really needed a little something. It's not perfect, but I think it'll be something I might actually wear. As I said, the other one, I got it on. It just seemed like it was gaping open. It just wasn't a comfortable dress to wear. And I think this is gonna work now. It just looks like a standard dress, but I really did like the lapels. I thought that just gives it a really interesting detail. So I will go ahead and try the dress on for you, and you can tell me what you think. This is the first time I have altered something. It's been a few months, and if I can find the video, I'll give you a link to it. I had a sweater that I made. It had these big kind of balloony sleeves, and I didn't like it. And also, I wore it once. I took the sleeves off, used a sleeve pattern from another pattern, and I made the sleeves normal, just regular straight sleeves, and I really like it. And when the winter time comes, I will definitely be wearing that red sweater again. So this is the second thing I've made, or that I had to alter because I didn't like how it turned out. I do have another dress. It's kind of a summery dress that I made, gosh, over a year ago, and I never wore it. Made it, put it on, looked in the mirror, and went, nope, not happening. So that might be another one I'll have to drag out of the closet and see if I can fix that too. So I'll be back wearing the dress. Don't go away. Okay, here it is. I'm not going to pretend it's perfect. No way it is. But I do like it better. Tell me what you think. I won't make that dress again. And but I think the skirt being, you know, just a regular skirt makes it easier. And as I mentioned, I thought I would have to put, you know, some type of enclosure here, but as you can see, when I bend down, it doesn't gape at all. And I think it must have gaped because the whole skirt, you know, was open at the front. The whole dress, I mean. And so, yeah, I was able to use pretty much all the dress. I used the bodice, just cut off the skirt. And the seam is in the back because that was the front of the skirt where I took off, you know, the facings. Switched it around and have this at the front. But you let me know, what do you think? Do you like it better? I do like the fact that I was able to use the hem, didn't have to re-hem it, so it's just right as far as the hem goes. So that's what I did with this dress, and I think I'll probably wear it. It's not my favorite dress, I'll tell you that right now, but I think it'll now be out and about. It will now see the light of day. I'll actually wear it someplace. So there you go. So you have to tell me what you think about that. Let me give you a little bit of info about life. Well, I told you that my sister was coming to visit. That's been a couple of weeks ago. And one of the fun things we did, we went to a Chicago concert. I'd already seen them twice before. The funny thing is, my husband and I bought these tickets, and we were going to go with my friend Becky, the one that's on the cruise, and her husband. And then when my husband found out that Linda would be here, he said, just give her my ticket. So I did. I texted her and said, you like Chicago? And of course she said yes. Well, then when Becky's husband Doug found out that it was just going to be 3 ladies, he had Becky give her ticket to one of her friends. Actually, this ticket, that friend that she gave the ticket to, was her younger daughter's mother-in-law, who, by the way, is on the same trip with them. So it was just the 4 ladies who went together, and I'll put a couple of pictures up of us at the concert, a couple of pictures at the stage. That was great, great fun. Also, I want to thank you all for the comments on Becky's dress that I made for her that she took on the cruise. It came out really cute. It'll be so nice. And she said one thing that she likes about it, there's, I think it's in Italy, a couple churches they'll visit. And the requirements are that you have your shoulders covered, which they had sleeves, and it needed to cover your knees. And the dress did go just below her knees. So she said it'd be perfect to wear when they toured this church in Italy. Also, I had started that Facebook group, and I had an option of making it private or public. And I had never made a group before, so I made it public because I wasn't sure. It said you could change it later. And one of the ladies in my group felt more comfortable if we kept it private. So I put a little poll out and asked everybody what they thought. And some people said either way was fine with them. Others said they prefer it be private. When the group is private, only you in the group can see what you post. If it's not private, if it's public, then these posts can pop up on your Facebook page and other people can see it. So as of last night, about 8 o'clock, it became private. When I requested it to be private, it said it'd take 3 days, and sure enough, last night I kept checking it, and finally it is private. So if you're interested in joining this group and knowing that it is a private group, and that whatever you post will only be seen by the members of the group, please do that. If you look, when you bring up my page, my YouTube page, you'll see links up at the top under the picture. One is to Instagram and one is to that group. Click on the group and request to join. And since it's private, I will have to approve your membership, which don't worry, I will. So yeah, so that's something new also. Another thing is the fabric Wheel of Fate. I have spun and I am working on it. I actually stopped working on it to work on this dress, and I will get back to finishing that. Now, we know it's not me on the wheel because I've already made myself that dress, but what's on the wheel now are 4 granddaughters, and my mother was on it twice, so it's either going to be her again or one of the 4 granddaughters. So I have spun, I'm working on it. When it's finished, I'll share that with you. Okay, well, that's my edition of Friday Sews. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you would. Tell me what you think about my remake of this dress, and I'll see you next time I upload a video. God bless. Take care. Bye.